All right, it's the offseason, and we are going to keep talking about potential moves, free agency trades.
That's right.
All the offseason chaos that could ensue. And today we are talking about Aaron Rodgers, okay? Now, Badake and I, before making this segment, we came to the conclusion that the most likely scenario is that Aaron Rodgers stays in Green Bay.
Yes.
That is probably the most likely scenario. Either stays in Green Bay, maybe he retires. However, let's say both of those are off the table and he does move to a different team. We're going to give you two teams, one each, that we think would be a really fun landing spot for him and potentially an ideal fit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give my landing spot here first. My ideal fit for him is the Indianapolis Colts. Okay. I haven't heard this one going around a lot, to be honest. I haven't heard the Colts going around a lot. But I actually like this landing spot for them. It is time for Indy to go all in. Okay. This is very anti-Indy culture. We don't see Indianapolis do these kind of moves. They don't trade the farm. They're very much a build from the draft oriented team.
Right.
However, I think the team built around every position except for the quarterback is set to compete right now for a Super Bowl. Okay. Let's talk about what that trade could look like. Well, the bad news is in 2022, they don't have their first round pick. Okay. They gave that up because they have Carson Wentz on the squad.
Yeah.
So here's what
Makes
the trade
sense.
could look like. In 2022, they're going to give their second and third rounder this year. In 2023, they're going to have to give up their first. And then they're also going to send Carson Wentz in that deal.
Oh, okay.
Look, Jordan Love probably ends up being the starter here, but it's a good competition for Jordan Love to have in camp.
Okay.
And then you can do whatever you want with Wentz after that. And then obviously Indianapolis would receive Aaron Rodgers. Look, if you listen to Pat McAfee, the boys would froth over this at Pat McAfee show. That's not why I've said it, but I kind of thought that was funny.
Right.
Let's talk about why this could potentially make sense for Aaron Rodgers. Number one, the offensive line play. Underperformed this season as far as pass protection, but from a run blocking perspective, there wasn't a better unit in run blocking. They were dominant in that area, and I think they are talented enough to be a top 5 pass protecting offensive line going into next year.
Okay.
They were already, I think, top 12 or so according to PFF, but I think they can get all the way up to that top 5 area as a unit. Number 2, Jonathan Taylor, one of the best players in the National Football League. Think about this. Defenses already couldn't figure out how to stop this team with Carson Wentz under center. Like, it was obvious that they were going to run the ball on almost every play or get the ball to Jonathan Taylor on almost every play because, I mean, the defense just didn't worry about Carson Wentz. Could you imagine how impossible this offense could be if the defense had to focus not only on Jonathan Taylor, one of the best players in the NFL, but also one of the best quarterbacks? Like, how would you stop that? How would that work? Defenses would have nightmares playing this team. Number 3, you only have Michael Pittman, but now you get the combo of Michael Pittman and Devontae Adams because Adams is going to follow Rodgers wherever he goes.
Absolutely.
So imagine this. Devontae, maybe you line up in the slot, maybe the bottom of the screen, Michael Pittman at the top of the screen. Now defenses, you've got Devontae Adams at the bottom, Michael Pittman at the top, Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. I mean, this is a very, very tough team to stop at that point offensively. The good news is defensively, they're already a top 5 to 10 defense. Let's be honest. I mean, they're already a top 5, maybe top 10 at worst defense in the NFL. They had 3 Pro Bowlers this year. The big mainstays in their defense in Darius Leonard, DeForest Buckner, Kenny Moore. This is a defense that plays with grit. They have a good coaching staff already around him. And think about this division. Is there a better division to try and go and win?
It's too easy.
I mean, if you go to the AFC West, you got to face the Chargers, the Broncos, the Raiders twice. That is 6 games that you are not guaranteed to win. Yep. Meanwhile, in this division, you get to play the Texans and Jags 2 times a year. That is 4 games that should be locks for you. I know that they lost to the Jags this year, but let's be honest, Carson Wentz couldn't really do anything. So to me, when I look at this move, a lot of people might not suspect him going to the Colts. It's probably not going to happen. Like, I give this maybe under 10% chance that it actually happens.
Just
but
fun.
I think it's fun, and it actually makes sense. And I think they would instantly become real contenders.
Okay.
In this division and in this conference. So that's my ideal fun trade partner, if you will. What about you?
Look, for me, and like Zach said in the beginning of the video, I just don't see Aaron Rodgers either going to another team or and he's just going to retire, in my personal opinion. But the one team that does make sense, and I think is a team that everyone's raving about, is the Denver Broncos. And that's my perfect fit. Obviously, you're going to trade away your first, second, probably and third, maybe one of these wide receivers that you just re-signed, Tim Patrick or Cortland Sutton, because we all know, like Zach said, wherever Aaron Rodgers goes, Devontae Adams is going to follow. So
I almost feel like they would have to add Judy in that trade instead of one of those other guys. I think they would have to, based off of the contracts.
Judy. Maybe. I think he will keep Judy because Judy's still in his rookie contract.
Okay.
So, look, obviously the Broncos is, in my opinion, the best landing spot.
Yeah.
Another thing is, just to throw out before I actually dive into it, why would Aaron Rodgers want to leave an organization that he knows in and out, the area he knows in and out, the playbook he knows in and out? It's just like, it doesn't make sense. Like, he's not Tom Brady. Tom Brady went to challenge himself. He's won 6-7 Super Bowls. Aaron Rodgers hasn't done that. He wants to win a Super Bowl, and to do that with a new team, I think it's a little bit difficult.
I get that. But outside of this year, a lot of other years you can point to the organization being a big reason why they weren't able to figure it out. So
For sure. Get it. But look, obviously, why is it going there? It's because of the talent around him. This defense is a top 5 defense according to PFF. Patrick Surtain, Justin Simmons, Kareem Jackson. These guys are elite guys.
Kareem, the dream.
Bro, on the defensive side. So the defense is solid. It's an amazing secondary, okay? Then you go on the offensive side. The offensive line wasn't amazing, but the Broncos are only one piece away to being contenders. And that is the quarterback position. Yep. That will be Aaron Rodgers. They have all the pieces on both sides of the ball. Let's not forget the talent that's already there. Jerry Jeudy, Javonte Williams, Noah Fant, and not, like I said, you're going to bring in Devontae Adams. Jerry Jeudy is an amazing wide receiver. You stay in the slot. Devontae Adams, top of the screen, kind of like, or bottom of the screen, kind of like what Zach was saying.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to me. And this organization, once again, is one step away from contending. It may be a difficult division, AFC West, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert. It's going to be difficult, but I mean, play the best. You got to play the best and play the best, beat the best to be the best. And Aaron Rodgers knows that. So why not go into a division right here, right now that is ready to contend? He's not going to go to a rebuild team. Not saying that the Colts are a rebuild team, but maybe they're still one more step away from being, Super Bowl or playoff contenders.
Totally.
I don't. That's my perfect fit.
Broncos are a very realistic trade scenario. Like, this could happen, and even if Judy's in the deal, you still get Adams and Cortland and enough, tricks in your bag. But I just think from his perspective, if Aaron Rodgers is a realist. He's a realist. Like, he thinks things through.
100%.
Would I place myself in a position where I have to beat out these young stud quarterbacks in Herbert and Patrick Mahomes? You know what I mean?
He wouldn't have to worry about it because of the defense.
Well, look, even if Aaron Rodgers goes, there's no guarantee that they even get second in this division. So, like, they probably would, but it's still a very, very tough division. And that's why I do we both think he's probably going to stay in Green Bay when it comes down to it.
It doesn't, like you said, he's a realist. Why would he put himself in a more difficult position, learning a new playbook, trying to get in rhythms with all these different people, whether it's the head coach, the offensive line, the other wide receivers? Why would he do that just to try to win a Super Bowl? Once again, like I said, he's not Tom Brady. Tom Brady was challenging himself. He's just trying to win another Super Bowl.
As hard as it is here for Broncos fans, I think a lot of quarterbacks might consider that in their decision making. I mean, you've got Patrick Mahomes for a decade there. You got Justin Herbert, who's probably going to get a similar contract.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not. Ask Russell Wilson how hard it is to be in a division where all the teams are good.
Yeah.
So this was a fun exercise. Let us know. I mean, is there a team that you have in mind that you think is going to make a lot of sense? Do you think he's staying in Green Bay? comment down below.
Yo, what's good?
What
Thanks
up?
for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch
Now,
it.
You can also subscribe
Right now.
if you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.